Tonight's next honoree is equally deserving. Michael Im, South Shore Deli Provisions, is a true entrepreneur for the food industry in every sense of the word. Moving out here, as you heard from the videos, from the East Coast and starting his business. He's built an incredible business as a distributor and always cared about people the entire way. To introduce Michael tonight is Brian Morelos. Brian is 18 and part of the first graduating class of McBride High School in Long Beach. Having graduated under the engineering pathway, Brian is interested in pursuing auto mechanics and machining as he enters college. His interest in CCEJ was sparked after a life-changing experience at a Building Bridges camp, saying that it opened his eyes and encouraged him to stand up for his beliefs for others who need encouragement and hope. Please join me in welcoming Brian.
Hello, good evening. This year, I am honored to be up on this stage in front of all of you and tell you a little bit about myself and the man being honored for all of his work towards social justice. Just a little over a year ago, I got involved with CCEJ and the Building Bridges program. This organization has showed me that this world has more to offer than meets the eye. Now, some of you may be asking yourself, what does that mean? So let me clarify. It has shown me that regardless of race, gender identity, religion, or any other identities, we all have a role to play in this wonderful world. Not only to live our lives, but to create change for the better, standing up for what we believe in, as well as standing up for what others believe in. I learned how not only to stand up for things that I am being oppressed for, but also how to be an ally towards others that are being oppressed in an identity that I have power in. CCEJ has helped me develop skills such as leading, being a supporter, and speaking to my peers about topics that are seen as a joke to my generation. These are just a few things that I've gained while being a part of this great organization. Through this time, I have seen myself grow with these great people that have put so much work in putting all these wonderful events together and amazing camps. I was offered the opportunity to interview a man not only dedicated to his work and family, but also to lending a hand to those in need. During the summer, I had the honor to meet and interview Michael Im. Michael is the oldest of 7 and worked diligently to make sure that his siblings got what they needed. He would make sure that they ate before he did, help them with their studies, and watch over them. Michael was also a leader to his peers in high school, not only because he was the quarterback of the football team, but because he helped everyone, no matter if they were a part of his group or not. This was something that we had in common, because in my school, we didn't have sports, but me and my classmates were considered the jocks of the school since we were the first graduating class. Like Michael, I had to set the good example for all the younger students at my school. In addition, Michael was president of the Varsity Leaders Club and set the example for his peers. Although Michael and I had a different high school experience, we both believed and still believe that we have to practice what we preach. Throughout all of his time, Michael and his wife, Jenny, have given love, affection, and a home for children. He got involved with the foster care system through one of his close friends. Positively impacted by this experience, Michael and Jenny eventually adopted one of their daughters. When we talked, Michael shared his great pride in all 3 of his daughters and how blessed he is to have them all. Michael also supports and donates the St. Baldrick's Foundation in Long Island in order to find a cure for cancer. He not only shows compassion towards his family, but also to those around him that help him grow. Michael believes that we all have a story to tell, and that we write them as we live. I completely agree with Michael's belief. We both agree that the stories we have sometimes may not be so great, and we might not make the best choices. But we do have opportunities to get back on the right track. Michael is very passionate about his current work, although he did try to do something else in sales. Michael shared a story about his experience in sales when he was asked to go sell a chair. From going office to office with a fully assembled chair in downtown New York, to getting lost along the way on the train ride and having random people sit on the chair and then refuse to get off of it. But anyways, Michael succeeded on his mission. By the end of it all, he figured out it was all just a test. Yet he still ended up selling over 100 chairs. Eventually, Michael realized he wasn't as interested in sales as he believed in. Yet he still persevered. Michael ended up doing what he grew up with, the food industry. From helping his father with their family business to trying sales, to end up going back into the food industry to help a friend. At times, we may try to run from who we are, but it's normal. But what stayed with me after that interview was that we both try to do what is and feels right. During the interview with Michael, I realized that in some point in my past, I tried to run from who I was as well. And it probably won't be the last. But I honestly do hope that by the end of it all, I can be as proud as Michael to be wherever I may stand. So it gives me the pleasure to welcome one of tonight's Humanitarian Award honorees, Michael Lime.
Thank you all. I was told backstage that I only have 3 minutes. Mary Ellis took up some of my time. So I'm going to cede 2 minutes to Lori Raya because she tells better stories than I do. I'd like to thank Kimmy and her awesome team at CCEJ. They have made the experience awesome and enlightening. I would truly like to thank Catherine for putting up with me over the last few months. Hopefully I didn't give you too many stressful days. I'd like to thank Lori Raya, the executive team at Albertsons, John Romano, who couldn't be with us tonight because of a hip surgery. I know there are many options for you and companies that you can use in your deli, but I'm grateful and I'm blessed that you allow a small company like Shore Deli Provisions to be a vendor partner. Lori, thank you for asking the nominating committee to change the way they nominate honorees this year. Honoring owners of a small business like mine, South Shore Deli Provisions, increases the charity footprint and expands into the small business community. I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Jenny, who's here, my 3 beautiful children, Michaela, Sierra, Shannon, who unfortunately couldn't be here. I know running a small business sometimes puts stress on our family life, but I'd like to thank you for always supporting me. For the executives and owners in the room, next year when you're deciding on what charities you want to donate to, please keep in mind CCEJ. It's a great organization that helps young people like Brian go to the Building Bridge camp, where there's an environment of understanding, respect, hope, to build a world without discrimination. Giving these young adults the opportunity to go to camp allows them to make a real difference in the world. Thank you again. I'm honored to be an honoree for CCEJ. Thank you.